Hello everybody. Just out riding because riding is fun. Who doesn't like to ride? I know I like to ride, and I like the fact that I get to have more time with my Zero so that I can have a better understanding of my little bike. She's not little. I just want to call her little. My little Bella. Bella. Bella's a fun little bike. Woo! I thought that there wasn't a 10 in there, so I thought instead of it saying 110.09, I thought it said 1.109. I just like going out and exploring because exploring is fun. I was trying to think about what's the silliest thing I've done on the motorcycle so far, and by what I mean by silly is what was that like little thing that you did and you're like, yeah, maybe I probably shouldn't have done that. It was a little sketchy, but it was fun. And I have two that come into mind for myself. One was when we were trying to get into the gas station, but where we turned into the parking lot of a restaurant. So we ended up walking our bikes over like one little square of a sidewalk to get over into the gas station area. And the other little one that I did that was kind of quirky was when I was going to park for the motorcycle parking in Metrotown, which I still like to do. And I squeezed between the poles because I was the only motorcycle there. And instead of making an effort to turn my bike around or back up into it or back out to get out, I decided to squeeze between the bars so that I could just go straight out when I was ready to leave. I know Mr. K has been a little bit more wild than I have been with that stuff, but those are the fun ones that I remember that I've done. And I encourage all of you to tell me what is the silly ones that you've done. I'd like to hear. I find it very interesting. Of course, there's always that parking where technically there's no parking, but you can kind of get away with it because you're a motorcycle and you're small. But yeah, no, I'm kind of interested in that because those are like cute little quirky stories of like, yeah, I took my bike through as an example, I don't know anybody who's done this, but a bicycle trail. Stuff like that. Like things that maybe is not good idea, but you still do it. I'm looking for that information from you lovely people, because I'm pretty sure all of you have done a few little things that maybe you're like, meh. It was like I've never told you guys this that I can recall. It's like the first time that I was actually ever on a motorcycle. I had a person in my life who had a motorcycle, and they gave me a little ride, and I was a pillion on that bike. And when we were going downhill in the parking lot, so it's not that much of a steep gradient or anything, it just I didn't like the feeling of it on the back of the bike. So that's why one of the reasons why Mr. K and myself, when we decided that it was time to go get our motorcycle licenses, I said, I'm not riding on the back of the bike. We're both doing it. I mean, I've been down a lot more steeper inclines since then on the bike, but yeah, it just did not feel good when I was on the back of the bike as a passenger. And maybe it's because I was younger and, there was little things like that and I didn't know any better, but for me, yeah, passenger, not fun. And it was a sports bike. So yeah, it wasn't that much of an incline. It was just a little one. And it was just that, for me, it's that feeling of especially when you're going down, then you have to make a little bit of a slight turn. for me, I really didn't like the feeling on the back of the bike. Even on the front of the bike, it took me a little while to go, okay, so that's what that's supposed to be feeling like, and you get used to it. But when you're controlling the bike, it's a lot easier to get used to that feeling than it is being a pillion, in my opinion. And for any of you guys who are pillions and love being pillions, I'm glad. And I'm kind of curious, like, what makes it better for you, do you think, being a pillion compared to having control of the motorcycle yourself? Like, I can imagine being on a cruiser style or something like that and being a pillion and not having any issues with that, but I think it's just the way that those bikes are made. With being on a sports bike and being a pillion, I don't know, I just think it's a little bit more rough. And considering I've never had a pillion on my bike, I can't even ask my pillion, like, what's it feel like to be on the back of a bike? So yeah, any of you who are pillions, please tell me what it feels like to be on the back of the bike, or why you like to be on the back of the bike. I'm actually genuinely curious here. So that way, if I ever take anybody as a pillion, at least I can explain something to them. I mean, the closest thing to being a pillion was during my motorcycle course as well. So, you know, in order for you to get a feeling of some of the maneuvers that they're talking about and stuff like that, for the people that were having a harder time grasping the concept, they would get on the bike. It's a little more dusty here, so I'm starting to get some of those dust crumbs and stuff like that, and it's making my nose itchy. Maybe it's pollen, I don't know. I just can feel it, like, scratching, like, tip of my nose, like, just underneath my nose, above my lip. It's getting a little itchy because I still don't have my pin lock. And my pin lock is supposed to go right, the little pin lock there and a little pin lock there, and then you get that little clear part, and then I can close the visor and I don't have to worry about fogging up. So that I can close it completely if that's how I feel. I've never been completely one of those 100% closed unless I really have to. But right now it would be kind of nice with the way that the wind is hitting me and the little dust particles. And if I tilt my head down, I can't really see 100% because of the helmet. So, oh well. Bike life problems. That's what I'm going to call this. Anyways, it's getting really windy, so I will talk to you guys later. Please don't forget to love, ride, and explore. Be safe out there, whether you're on 2 wheels, 4 wheels, or just walking across the street. And hopefully everybody is doing well. Thank you very much for watching. Bye! That's cool. Little convertible with a collector's plate. It's in really good condition. Well, pretty much why it's got a collector's plate. Ooh. Pikachu!